It's really stupid, but it was getting through the first day. I was there day one, scene one, shot one, and shaking like a leaf and scared, and knowing that it was a great script, but who knows what's going to happen. But getting through that day, and then gradually over 5 years, sort of settling into the character, and realizing that. Although I didn't know where he was going at the beginning, I understood that there was a function for this guy, and he played an important role, and that was great. As far as individual moments, honest to God, there's just so many. There are tears and joy and laughter and hijinks and pranks and all kinds of stuff. To choose one is almost impossible. But as soon as someone else starts, I'll remember and I'll jump in. I guarantee you that.
I think for me, it's just those everyday little interactions you have when you bump into someone who's a huge fan of the show and you see their eyes light up and they tell you what about the show that they love and how it's made a difference to them. That warms the cockles of my heart like nothing else. Like nothing else. It makes me so happy. And it just happens in the most random places. You never know when it's going to happen, one of these interactions.
Like an oxygen bar.
Like at an oxygen bar in Los Angeles.
I feel like there's a story here.
Tell them the story.
I was at an oxygen bar, and I had like one of those oxygen tubes.
He lives in LA now.
I've moved to LA, so you got to do what people do in LA. And all of a sudden I'm sitting there, and this guy comes over and he's like, "I know who you are," and he like snapped a photo. I'm like pointing at the oxygen tube in my nose. I'm like, "Hi," and he's like, "I'm from Germany and I love the show." And I started speaking to him in German, and he's like, "Oh, you speak German?" And like we had this whole crazy, weird, bizarre interaction, but. You have like 1,000 of these throughout the year, and they're just so touching and so bizarre and so much fun, and it makes.
But I love the fact that Christy was like, "But I have an oxygen tube. I don't care."
And he's like, "Yeah, he's like, I don't care. I don't care." I'm like, "Oh, okay, great. Let's just do this. Great."
So
but
funny.
it's amazing. It's such a privilege to have that.
I mean, I don't want to cut off Ari, but I mean, I think as an actor, the one thing that you really want to do is affect people. Like, you don't want people to just say, "Oh, you're amazing at what you do." You actually want to affect people. You want to change their lives, or at least make them think about something different. I always say that when I do theater, I don't care whether you like me or hate me as a performer. I want you talking about the issues and talking about what happened on stage, and hate it, but discuss it. And the fact that I think we've been able to do that over the past 5 years is mission accomplished and fantastic. It's incredible.
There's something that happened this season that I'm particularly proud of.
Ari needs his turn.
Come on, Jordan, let him speak.
I'm sorry. I started.
Sorry,
the
what do you
train.
want to say? No, I'm kidding.
I started the train.
Which is kind of along the same lines is that the odds of, as an actor, working as an actor, paying your bills, raising a family as an actor, is like the Powerball. Like, it's just, the odds are ridiculous. And then the odds on top of that of being in a show for 5 years that you're proud of, that you're excited to do every single day, that you like the people, that you get to interact, that has a positive effect on everyone is the odds of that are just like astronomical. So it's just like, I've said it before, but like probably peaked. Like probably peaked right here, and it's kind of like the first thing I've ever done.
All downhill.
Career's over. Career's over.
But that's a good thing. It's because, it's like you could look at it that way, or you could look at it, but I got to do something.
When are we ever going to have this again? And this is like my biggest fear going into like the future is I love these guys so much. And
It happens again when we convince them to make the movie.
yes, let's do it.
Make the movie.
What about you, Maria?
Well, one of the things, it has impacted on me so hugely because I was traveling over and back from Dublin for the first 2 seasons, and I would go for sort of 10 days at a time and smush my scenes at the end of one show, at the end of one episode and the beginning of the next. And I got tired of that, and I missed the being there for the table reads at the beginning of each episode, which are very bonding kind of things and kind of important. So I asked my family if they would move over. So for the last 3 seasons, we all lived there for half the year, and my 2 younger children went to school and everything. So the whole experience has bled into this entire experience of Canada and ideas of social democracy and loads of things, as well as just the words that Mrs. S was saying. So we've kind of embedded in that as well. And I'm just, I'm crap at ice skating. I tried, but no. and haven't really made my peace with poutine yet either, which is kind of
We'll get you
chips
there.
and
We'll
gravy.
get you there.
Come on.
I haven't either.
But but lots of other. It's been really. I'm still feeling all of those things and trying to digest them and learn from it. But yeah, it's so big for my whole family.
Do I get to talk now?
Yes, it's your turn.
There was something that happened this year, but obviously we can't talk about it, but I thought what was really great is that even in after 5 years of writing the same show, of playing in the sandbox with these characters, that there was still episodes or stories or things that could be said within this world that would surprise me and that would excite me, and that they never stopped trying. We never stopped trying. We were still excited about it until the very end, and I think that's just something really special. And that kind of passion, that sort of sustained passion, is something that I really want to take with me wherever I go, on whatever I do next, to come at whatever the project is with the same sort of passionate fervor that everybody had right up until the end. And there's a lot of really special stuff that happened this season. It's not just ending the series. It's not just closing out the series. This is, it's like we've done with every other season. There's always a statement to be made. There's always something to be said.
Mine maybe isn't like a proud moment, but just like an important thing, which was Catherine Alexandri coming into the show, who is my clone double and is like completely integral to everything and so part of our family and so part of the creation of these characters in this world, and improvises with me and plays with me during every take, gives me a full performance when she's not on camera. And watching her work has been one of the biggest learning experiences of my life, because as an actor, you do get used to being seen and being watched and having, your face up there and doing it for all kinds of reasons, but to watch somebody who does it, like you were saying yesterday, just for the pure love of it, is a huge thing, to witness, and an incredible honor to get to work with. So yeah.
Well, thank you.